I was gonna stop.
Like,
myself.
like,
you know,
so those sounds or something.
that's what he sounds like. Like, I tried to change. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Betamax. My name's Fidel. Joining me on this episode is Eddie and Jose. What's up, beach ass motherfuckers?
Yo.
What's up, Eddie?
What up, dude? I
And
got turned on by the singing.
the moaning. Now Eddie's not horny enough to like Deftones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a freak.
That's like a whole other level of horny, dude. That's like I have a gimp underneath my bed, horny.
No, yeah. Just look under my bed.
PS2.
Yeah, dude. I haven't really listened to Deftones like that, dude. Like it's,
Deftones is sick, dude.
it's foreign to
fucking
me.
boring, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you like it because it's horny?
I just like I feel like the sound is pleasing to me. It's like soothing to me.
Just listen to porn, dude.
That doesn't work for me anymore.
So when you say they sound horny, is it just like the?
It's because it sounds like he's moaning. That's why.
Oh, but like the lyrical content isn't like
No,
horny.
not really.
Oh, I get it.
He just sounds like, damn, this motherfucker's a freak.
Really.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
You have to show me.
Oh, I'll show you.
Whoa.
So, to piggyback off that topic, we're talking about children's movies.
oh shit.
What a segue.
So, what cartoon mom made you horny?
It's incredible.
Hey, they're like a horse.
so ridiculous, dude. Oh man.
I hope Emily doesn't listen to this one day.
Yeah.
I hope she does, dude.
She's gonna judge.
This
you,
is your
dude.
father, the bitch.
So do you have like a favorite other than like
Shrek.
a Goofy movie and Shrek? Like
feel like-
legitimately.
I don't think Shrek was like, childhood. Like how far? Like
True.
Yeah.
growing up, I feel like I was like Shrek didn't come out till like a little later on.
So you like Shrek as an adult?
I appreciate it more as an adult. Yes.
Weird.
Dude. it makes, dude.
Okay, so when you think of the term like childhood movie, what movies come to mind for you?
Well, obviously, like Jose mentioned, Goofy movie. I think I would rewatch Toy Story a lot. The first
Yeah.
one I would rewatch it all the time.
Do you remember like what about that movie like wanted you or like compelled you to watch it so many times like that?
This motherfucker likes a Goofy movie but does not listen to R&B. What kind of bullshit is that, homie? A Goofy movie's the blackest Disney movie ever,
Dude.
homie.
Word.
Yeah, but it doesn't have R&B in it.
Yes.
That's pop, dude. It's pop.
Powerline, dude.
It's pop.
Powerline, dude.
That is pop, dude.
I don't know
Yeah,
the words.
but it's not like, like I'm gonna lay you down by the fire, eat your booty hole.
the hell?
You know?
Yikes.
Hey,
It's
what
not that
kind of R&B are you listening to,
Yeah.
homie?
Oh, obviously.
The
That's
fuck?
what I thought the Deftones sounded like when you talk about horny.
No.
No, this sounds better, dude.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Deftones are just constantly.
Oh man. This is where people stop listening, dude.
What the fuck was that, dude? What the fuck was that?
I don't know, dude. I've had a long week.
Children's movies.
Children's movies.
I think it was a lot of Disney, but like those, a lot of them were like the ones that are kind of a little under the radar. Like,
like the Black Cauldron, like stuff like that.
Are you
yeah,
saying
I
like
was-
under the radar Disney?
yeah, just because I mean, majority of like with the VHSs we had were Disney movies, but what was it? It was the Something Down Under.
Oh, the
Rescuers.
Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah, that one I would rewatch all the time.
Same,
as
Because
well.
of the porn scene, huh? Fucking pervert.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
I was like, what?
Yeah,
And
it's
they
No,
fucking
weird.
I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I used to watch that one a lot too. I remember being like, I don't know, maybe like 4-ish years
yeah,
old.
dude. Yeah.
And I would stand in the very beginning. You know how it like runs through like the desert?
Oh, dude, that
I
opening,
would stand in front of the TV and I would go
pretend running super
like pretend like I
fast.
was running super fast. Yeah, that movie always caught my attention
Yeah.
to the point where I saw that one first before I saw the original Rescuers.
Same here. Same
And
here.
don't get me wrong, I love that original
Wait,
Rescuers.
There's an I didn't know.
Yeah, there's the Rescuers, and then the Rescuers Down Under is the sequel.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so the original one is super good, dude. Like quality, like quality songs. But I liked the other one better. Like it had like a solid. That villain was super solid.
That one was scary, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It was sad, dude. Like when they captured the what was it, an eagle?
Yeah, that
Wait,
big
what?
golden eagle.
Oh. I don't know, dude. I said something else.
Did you get any sleep this week, dude?
No. I'm delusional right now.
Yeah, that was a good one, dude. The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh yeah,
That was one I would rewatch a
Oh, I
lot.
forgot
too.
about that one.
That's a good one.
Um,
Those are the ones I liked too, dude.
yeah, cause I don't know, maybe as a boy, because I never got into like obviously like the princess ones. Like to me,
Why, you're homophobic or what?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it just never called on me because I don't know. I would find them boring.
I see what you mean. Like I like it's hard not to like just appreciate those movies for what they are. You know, like Sleeping Beauty and like Cinderella, stuff like that. But I definitely think like like
Yeah.
like because at the time like I was a little boy, dude. So like I definitely like identified more with the kid from like the Black Cauldron, the kid from Rescuers Down Under, and there was no like princesses or anything involved in that kind of stuff.
No. Yeah, it wasn't as like fantasy based. It
Nah.
was just more. I don't even know how you would describe it. Adventurous, I guess. But I think the two common ones were I would rewatch the shit out of Toy Story. I feel like that was like
95,
everybody, dude. Yeah,
That just came out in 1995.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
yeah. I just rewatched it not too long ago, and like I'm still like amazed by it. The jokes, the fucking like all the stuff that I guess I didn't notice when I was little too.
You uncultured swine.
Yeah, or like, hey, look, I'm Picasso. Like, I never understood that joke when I was little, and growing up, obviously, like, oh, but and then you notice things like it's like because like the rendering of all the kids, like they all look the same.
It's all Andy.
yeah, it's all Andy.
Yeah, they're all Andy. They just
There's
put
like
like
a-
different hair color and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and different like skin color,
Yeah.
and stuff like like that I never noticed, but I
That
think
one
it's
that
still-
one was directed by John Lasseter, right?
I think
have
so.
no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, he ended up becoming like president of Disney or something. And now he's like disgraced or some shit. 'Cause
Really?
I think he has like sexual assault allegations against him.
Oh,
think.
shit.
I think. I'm not sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fake news or?
Huh?
Is it? Are you spreading disinformation right now or
Probably.
is that legit?
I mean, I idolize RFK, so
No, dude.
the king of misinformation.
Yeah.
The human stool sample. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even a full stool.
Yeah.
A sample.
Like the kind you sit on,
Yeah.
like at the bars and stuff.
Yeah. It comes out of your asshole.
Yikes.
That kind.
Yikes. Yeah.
No, I remember reading something about John Lasseter. Like,
I have no idea who that is.
yeah, because he ended up became president of Disney for a while, no, or
He-
something like that.
Yeah. Or like the head of Pixar.
But there we go. That's what I'm thinking of. But I know he got canceled. I can't remember for what.
So he only
exactly.
directed the first one.
I think he only did the first one.
Yeah. I don't know. Looking back at it, dude, it was cool having we had a giant bookshelf and we just had a ton of VHS movies and
Did you guys ever get into like the non-Disney stuff, like the Don Bluth type shit, like
I have no idea.
like All Dogs Go to Heaven?
Oh, dude, I remember loving that movie.
another one that I would rewatch that you just reminded me was
Ferngully.
not Ferngully.
I actually have
did see
never
that
seen
one
that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Anastasia,
No, the dinosaur, the never end. No,
Land Before Time,
Land Before
Land
Time?
Yes,
dude.
And
that
we're
was-
back.
dude, that was the
Sharp Tooth,
dude. I remember being a kid. I remember I cried during that movie.
dude. That movie's sad.
And it was the first time, and remember how impactful that movie was to me. It was the first time I ever like thought about like what death was, and like it popped in my head like, oh shit, like people die, like that's a thing, you know. And that was the first time I ever saw it in a movie like that. Like prior to that, I've never like seen a movie that someone dies in it or anything like that, you know. So I just remember being a little kid and thinking like, oh shit, like that was like my first memory of like, I guess realizing what death was and
like the realization of mortality.
Yeah, and yeah, I just
Damn,
remember
you got
thinking
all
about
like,
it.
existential.
Huh.
Yeah, and then
I don't get it. Why was that funny?
because I just imagine like a little 5-year-old like smoking a cigarette and drinking black coffee the day after that. Like, that was me.
Jesus.
It's crazy what happened to that little girl, dude. That played
I know,
that did the voice of
sad.
Ducky.
It's so sad, dude.
Yeah.
But even like that whole like even the Don Bluth like legacy was kind of just doomed because I remember like watching this YouTube documentary. It's on this channel where it's like, oh, what happened to this? What happened to that? Like what happened to the Dreamcast, or you know, what happened to Sega Genesis, or like the Sega making consoles. So it was like, oh, what happened to like Don Bluth? And basically like dude was, you know, he was doing the same things that like Disney animated films were doing, you know, same production level. The thing is that he was trying to compete directly at the box office by releasing his movies the same day as Disney. Every time. Like, or if not the same day, like the same like week or whatever. Like it was like he was so like arrogant, maybe is,
Yeah.
I don't, for the lack of a better term, maybe, that he was trying to compete directly like that, and it ended up being what like shot himself in the foot. And I believe
It
like
just being Disney was overshadowing his movies, right?
for sure, like to the point where I think the narrator was speculating that had he had released those movies like the same year, just at a different time,
Yeah.
he probably would have made lots of money, you know, because I mean, people are going to spend their money on a Disney film than they would on this
Yeah.
this other like fake Disney, you know, like
Yeah.
trying to be Disney.
Yeah, because I feel like, I mean, especially during that time, like it was like Pixar, like they just don't miss, you know?
Yeah,
Like, so it's like, oh, like you have 2 animated movies, and one's a Pixar movie. Like, most likely you're gonna lean towards Pixar. Like,
Yeah.
now, you know, but that's crazy. I didn't know. Like, that's in hindsight, like, yeah, that's kind of dumb for him to do. But maybe,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to see prove himself. Maybe I don't know.
yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I get it,
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
I do
But,
too. But
yeah,
at the same
like-
time, it's like,
but you can't
from a
really
money-making point of view, it's like,
exactly.
that's kinda dumb.
Like, how is that sustainable?
Yeah.
like that's not like a sustainable like model, you know. But and then dude, like A Brave Little Toaster, and that's technically like
I never saw that.
the first Pixar film.
I've never seen that one either.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love that one as a kid, dude.
I feel like, I don't know, like
Wait. Brave Little Toaster is like Pixar's very first like feature.
Yeah.
Because I know like their first thing they did was that lamp short.
Well, yeah,
But like as far as first features, I didn't know which one it was.
yeah, like I think it was like the guys people who were like originally like animators. If you watch that like that Pixar like documentary that they have, I think they kind of go into it if I'm not mistaken. Like originally Pixar didn't want to make that film. And they just didn't I don't know, at the time they didn't want to take their chances on a story like that or what have you. So these guys ended up just making it on their own. So like it's kind of like, so it's like, that's what I'm saying, it's like technically like their first Pixar film, because it's like the original like Pixar like animators and creators that they were involved in creating that story, making it and drawing it out, you know. But it was like prior to like where Pixar was trying to like really get like their like what their organization was going to look like, which is obviously like the CGI type stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, which worked out for them, like obviously, but it's I can't remember exactly. I'd have to rewatch it, but that Pixar documentary was super good. I loved how like it kind of like it tied those two things together for me, because I never realized that because I mean, it doesn't look like a Disney film.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Disney on it anywhere from what I can recall when I was a
Toaster
kid.
movie?
But it's like essentially the same thing as like that lamp short,
Yeah.
like inanimate objects having like like
It was
kind
a
of-
full length movie.
Mhm.
Oh.
and they
I
had like
never-
sequels and stuff, but I'd never seen those.
Can you think of any other movies you remember watching a lot as a kid?
That's why I wish I would have taken notes because I'm gonna like kick myself later.
Anything like this non-animated, like
That's what I'm trying to think of.
because like I was fucking with Labyrinth all the time, bro. Like and
I think Labyrinth for me was I was a little older when I got into it.
really,
Yeah. I think like young. I think it was like Homeward Bound.
oh
Dude,
shit,
I remember
that's
those
tight.
movies.
Yeah.
those are good ones.
I know there's,
I
like,
remember Homeward Bound, Free Willy, Flipper.
Free Will. There, yeah, dude. Yes, Free Willy, dude. I fucking love that movie, dude. I know there was like a million sequels. I think I saw them all, but I remember the first one I would rewatch all the time. Because I remember the cover, like, I thought the cover was sick.
Always all like, yeah.
Yeah. Non-animated.
I mean, obviously for me, Ninja Turtles. Like
Oh,
that
Yeah,
was-
Young of Age. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
And were you fucking with the like the cartoon?
I was fucking with the cartoon. That's why I was so interested in the movie.
Okay, that's tight.
And then like, I just remember loving the movie. Like, I ran those VHSs to the ground.
Yeah.
Like to the point, like I remember, to this day I know the trailers before like the movie starts. on the
That's
VHS.
crazy.
They had a Pizza Hut one, huh?
Yeah,
I remember like a few of them too.
I have
Yeah.
I have a couple of those like that.
they had a Pizza Hut one. They had a trailer for Suburban Commando with Hulk Hogan. A trailer for a movie called Step Kids, but eventually the name of that movie ended up getting changed to, I forgot to what, but I remember it was in the trailer. Ben Savage from Boy Meets World plays like the little brother, like the little brainiac brother in it. I've never seen the movie. I just know the trailer.
That's crazy. That's how impactful trailers were back in the day.
Yeah,
Like you were forced to watch them,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is
And I just remember like I never fast forward through the trailers either because I liked watching them.
yeah.
And especially like in it was in Ninja Turtles 2, the VHS that had the trailer for Suburban Commando, and there's a part in it like I've never seen the movie to this day. I've never seen the movie, but I remember there's a part where because like Hulk Hogan plays this guy who's like still stuck in the 80s or whatever, but it's supposed to be like the 90s now, and then these two like roughneck looking guys are like, "Hey man, you know what we're gonna do to you?" He's like, "What? You're gonna pound my face?" He's like, "No man, like this is 90s. I'm gonna sue you." See, like I remember things like that, but I've never seen the movie. I just remember from the trailer. The same thing with like the Nightmare Before Christmas trailer.
I remember those. Oh, that was another one, dude.
Yeah.
Like I remember that trailer so much just from watching it on a bunch of
I-
VHS all the time.
I do too.
Same.
Little Rascals. I remember watching that one a lot when I was a
yeah.
kid.
I remember my brother would rewatch that one. I liked it, but I wasn't like the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, I thought it was like okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was tight.
Yeah. Like I never got. I thought like Matilda was like okay.
What? No, I love Matilda.
Yeah.
To this day, I love Matilda.
I don't know.
I
I just
feel like I didn't appreciate Matilda either until
Yeah.
like the last time I watched it with Emily. I was like, whoa, this is a great movie.
yeah,
Dude,
that's-
I fucking
I
love
probably
that
have to
movie.
like watch it as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just like not really it not clicking with me as a
Yeah.
kid.
Do you notice the shirts the older brother was wearing
In what?
in Matilda? Like her older brother? He's wearing like a Napalm Death shirt. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't think I did.
Pay attention to his shirts, dude.
Oh,
I
man.
think he has like a Metallica one. That
That's
has
tight.
Napalm Death. I think he might have an obituary shirt.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
that's
I'm like,
cool.
holy, what the fuck?
That's cool. I want to watch it now.
Dude, Matilda's a good ass movie.
It
I
is
fucking
good,
love
but
that movie.
As a kid, I was like, I don't know. To me, it was like a girl movie. I think, like,
Damn.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, like to me, it was like, because like
Yeah,
another one
sexist.
that my sister would rewatch all the time was what was it? With the twins, the Olsen twins.
Oh, I never got into the Olsen twin movies.
Yeah, me neither.
Like they would rewatch that, and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Saw 2?
What?
What?
Saw 2?
Mm-hmm.
What about
I
it?
don't know, dude.
What? Dude.
No, I never got into the Olsen twin movies.
No.
I didn't think they were good actresses. So
Dude, what was the one with that monkey? Was it like Dustin checks in?
Dunstan checks in.
Oh yeah, Dunstan checks in. Oh dude,
I remember I liked that
used to
movie a
love that.
lot,
Yeah, I
yeah.
like that one a lot
Dude,
too.
One that I would rewatch a lot, dude. Richie Rich.
Richie Rich, yeah,
With,
with
Macaulay
Macaulay
Yeah,
Culkin.
yeah.
You know, I think it was after that movie, he like quit acting, and he didn't do another movie until Party Monster.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Yeah, those are
Oh, but those are like, yeah, for sure.
No.
The Good Son.
Which is that one?
Oh, that one's wild.
That's not a kids movie,
That's not a
Oh, I
kid's
was
movie.
like,
though.
that's-
but it's
really-
with Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood. They play, I think, cousins.
Oh, I've always seen like clips from it, but they're super young, huh? Like,
Yeah,
but
Macaulay
I've never
Culkin's
seen
like a super bad kid.
Yeah.
I just thought it was tight because he said "fuck" in it. He's like, "Hey, Mark, don't fuck with me." He's like 10 years old.
That movie's wild. Oh, pterodactyl.
Damn, that shit looked like it flew out of my mouth.
it. It did.
Damn. I used to watch a movie called Rockadoodle a lot.
Oh, I know which one that is. I've never seen it though.
I know what it is.
It's
I've
like
never
a
seen it
rooster,
either.
like Elvis looking,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was a Don Bluth film too. Because they would utilize like that company would utilize a lot of the same voice actors, like in movies.
I another one that like I watched it a couple times when I was super young, but I didn't really appreciate it till I was older. Was Roger Rabbit
Oh, dude,
because I didn't get a lot of the jokes. Like it just
it's,
wasn't.
It's way more mature.
Yeah. And I thought like, oh, cartoon kids movie.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, like the rating on it is definitely not for kids.
No. Watching it from like adult eyes.
Yeah.
like, yeah. I'm like,
I think it's PG-13.
is it?
I think.
Yeah, because I mean, like the dude's a drunk. You
They
know,
sexualize. There's a
it's-
lot of like
yeah.
sexual innuendo.
for sure.
That
And-
movie's pretty historic too, because I think it's the only film in history to include like Looney Tunes with fucking Disney characters.
Yeah, dude.
And like, I guess the deal with that, the way that they were able to make that work, was each character had to have the same amount of screen time as its counterpart. So that's why you see scenes with like the scene with Daffy and Donald,
yeah.
like doing the dueling
And then
pianos.
Bugs and Mickey,
Mickey.
are together.
Yeah,
Oh, that's smart.
Did you ever see the behind the scenes, dude? It'll make you appreciate the film so much more. It's insane.
I feel like
Like you know when you
Did I?
watch like the behind the scenes from
Yeah.
like Lord of the Rings, like how they have those effects to make them like look a lot smaller.
oh,
but
like
then
the
same-
appendices, like the appendices.
Yeah, so they do a lot of that, and then they have like a lot of things, like a lot of like weird contraptions where the stuff moves around, and then later on they would add the cartoon over it. It's insane, dude.
Dude, I've always thought that style of filming for a movie is mind blowing
Yeah.
because like the actors have to like they have the markers so that they can get like the height of the characters correct. So like
They know
so
where to
when
look.
yes, exactly, so when we see it, it looks like they're looking down at a person. So it's kind of like forced perspective in a way, but
Yeah.
but then they have to like interact and engage with this. And normally, like they're an actor who engages with like another actor, but they're just having to do it
They're talking like a tennis ball. Or
to like a
something.
tennis ball,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, and like when I think about it, it's like, dude, that's wild. Like, that's pretty wild. That's why I like the behind the scenes, at least on the disc that I have for the Labyrinth, like that behind the scenes, it's like a whole movie in itself. Brilliant,
Yeah.
dude. Like they were so, like, dude, innovative, bro.
I don't know if I've seen the one you're talking about, but I've seen a couple, and it's one of those things that's just it blows your mind.
It
every
blows
time.
you, yeah, dude, 100%.
it blows you. Where can I get this disc at?
I think the transition to like Labyrinth and like
The Dark Crystal.
the darker stuff, Dark Crystal, was Little Monsters for me, because I was
Dude,
still
Little-
very young.
Little Monsters is
Little
tight.
Monsters.
Little Monsters, dude.
With Howie Mandel and Fred Savage.
Oh yeah.
Monsters under his bed. It's like
Yeah.
a whole universe.
Yeah, he's like blue, has like
Yeah.
black,
Little
black
spikes and
horns.
stuff. Yeah,
Like, looks punk as fuck.
Yeah.
yeah, dude. That was the first time I ever watched a movie like that, and like, that was the first time I watched something with like monsters in it, like that. Like I guess was kind of horror related, you know?
Uh huh.
That's a good kids horror film.
Yeah, for especially for young kids. But I remember watching that, and like after that, that's when I don't know, something clicked in my head where it's like, oh, like non-animated movies can be like funny and cool too, and that's when I I started transitioning to more like, like you said, Labyrinth and
Yeah.
what else? I'm trying to think. What movies that? I'm gonna kick myself later, dude.
Are you trying to think of like Jim Henson type?
like movies like that,
Not so much-
or just
no, no,
or
not-
darker in general.
Just like I don't know, like kid movies, but that
But they have like a darker tone to it.
yeah, I guess they're just a little more mature.
I mean, like, yeah. So
I feel like
ki-
the Iron Giant could kind of fall into that.
The
yeah.
Iron Giant I didn't appreciate until like I liked it when I was little, but I didn't appreciate it till one of my teachers. We watched it in one of my history classes, and that that shit blew my mind, dude. Because I actually like paid attention and that movie, dude. But yeah,
a
that was
good-ass
like
movie.
yeah, that was in high
yeah,
school.
I think that would be another one then. That's kind of like darker.
Watership Down.
Fuck that movie, dude. That movie's tight, but so sad, dude. But I didn't
You
watch
seen
that
that?
till I didn't
No.
watch that till high
No?
school
You should
too.
watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it.
That's because like all the punks were all about it.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know about
so
it.
like
What is it?
Yeah,
Watership Down. It's an animated film about rabbits or what's the
it's a pretty dense film. Like it has like a lot of metaphors, but
it's not really a kids film.
no,
Oh, okay.
no, not at all. But it is anime. But the animation looks fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, you should watch it, dude. I think you would appreciate it.
It's pretty dark.
Really?
Yeah.
But I remember like everyone, like I remember like crust bands would have like song names that were, like relating to that movie, and like it's a good movie. Dude,
Really?
but it's just not like definitely not a kid movie.
Wild. I feel like a poser that I haven't never heard of it.
Yeah, dude, it's a
Damn.
pretty popular
I don't
movie.
even
They
like punk, and I heard of it.
Really? Yeah, that's true.
just,
I'm gonna go get my jacket and burn it.
Grab it.
All right, I'll be back.
Oh, what about Honey I Shrunk the Kids?
oh man,
Dude, I love
Oh,
those movies.
dude.
you know
Honey I
what?
Shrunk the Kids, Honey We Shrunk Ourselves, and Honey I Blew Up the Kid.
I remember when I would watch those, I would get them confused because there were so many of them, and I just
There's
didn't
only
know
3.
which one. Was there only 3?
There's only 3.
No, there's more now, but
There's there?
like, yeah, I think
There's only 3 that matter.
there. Yeah, like kind of how what's another one that did it where they just keep going like the Home Alones, like how they have
yeah.
like there's like
4 or
3 or
5,
4
yeah.
others, and I'm not wasting my time
It's
on
like you only worry about the first 2.
Yeah.
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
I feel like it's kind of like those.
No, Honey I Shrunk the Kids is so fucking tight. That's the one where they're like in the yard.
Yeah.
And they're riding the big ass ant.
yeah, well,
I love that idea, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's what really sucked me in as a kid. Like
Did
like
you-
to that story, dude.
did you guys ever experience Honey I Shrunk the Audience at Disneyland?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's what made me want to watch those movies because I remember my sister took me way back in the day. I was super young. I had no idea what the hell that was, but I loved it so much. And then she was telling me like, oh, it's based off these movies, and
Yeah.
she ended up showing me the movies, and I was like, oh, this is so tight. Like,
Well, speaking of that, like one of the film they had before that in that same theater, Captain EO, with
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson.
The Michael Jackson one?
Yeah,
I never got to see that.
that one was like, dude. Every time I would go there, I'd want to do it like
Do you want to go?
like
see it?
two times, like at least back to back.
No, I never got to experience that.
I never got to experience it.
Really? It's
Or
cool,
if
dude.
I have, I don't remember.
It's really cool. If I would, it's not very long, dude.
Yeah.
It's not very long at all. I'm sure they have it like on YouTube or something.
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
It's cool to watch. And there's like a behind the scenes to it. And I can't remember if it was Jim Henson involved or anything, but it was like a lot of like the Star Wars type what is it? ILM, like that,
Yeah.
like that group doing a lot of like the prosthetics and everything and the set pieces. So it's like really cool. It's cool. I mean, it's Michael Jackson. He's like dancing and singing and shit. But
Product of its time.
yeah. But it was cool. Exactly. Like when you think about it from that lens, you'll be like, oh man, this was, and then it was in that same theater. So it had that interactive feel. It was like 3D and like you can experience like,
I don't even think they've done anything since then, like show wise.
well, they had brought, after they got rid of the Honey I Shrunk the Audience, they had like, I remember they were doing like some Star Wars stuff, and then they put like a Star Wars theater there, and then they brought back Captain EO, and they did that for quite a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they brought it back for a while. I was super stoked on it, and then they got rid of it again. I don't know what they do now. I haven't been there in a while.
I haven't. The last time I was at Disneyland, they were still building Star Wars Land.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's how long
shit.
it's been.
It's been a while. It's fucking expensive though, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anything else?
Damn.
I'm like still obsessed with Hook.
Hook,
Like Hook
yes.
is just
That was one that I would watch a lot too when I was like super super young, dude. And I remember thinking Rufio was like the fucking coolest kid ever.
dude, for real.
I remember thinking he was annoying.
Yeah.
I always thought he was annoying.
I thought he looked cool, but he like obviously was a jerk, you
Yeah.
know. I always thought Thud was like the coolest one.
I don't remember the names.
The chunky kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he was always like my favorite
Oh,
one.
there's a cannonball.
Yeah,
No, I love that scene.
yeah, Thud ball.
Cannonball.
Yeah, dude. I used to have the toys, like the action figures, and
I
I
didn't
used to
know
have
you
like
made
I used to have like where it was like these guns that had darts in them. Like, bro, big time obsession. That was my go-to movie. That was my number one. Like that, like Labyrinth. So Hook, Labyrinth. Singing in the Rain was one that I used to watch as a
Fucking hate
kid.
that movie, dude.
It's
You
a funny
hate
movie,
that movie?
dude.
I still do. I think just because like I would watch it in class all the time, and I'm just like, damn, I can't
What-
watch
what-
something cool.
Singing in
When's
the
the
rain.
last time
I would need to rewatch it.
So I asked that because like if you watch it from the perspective of it's a good movie from that time making fun of making movies.
Yeah, I remember the last time we watched. I think I was like a freshman or something, but because we had the VHS for some reason. Like I don't think anybody fucked with it,
Mm-hmm.
but I put it on one time, like thinking, oh, maybe it's like a Mary Poppins type of thing, and wasn't. But
Now you should watch it now. Just so, I feel the context of it would probably you'd appreciate like the movie more.
yeah, well, I mean, even like Hook, even though I loved it as a kid, like growing up, I'm like, fuck, this movie is deep.
What about Popeye?
Oh, that's a good one, dude.
I never.
With Shelley Duvall and Robin Williams.
Oh,
Yeah.
the live action one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude.
I've only seen it once, and it was like way later on in life. But I don't remember if I liked it or not, though.
I remember liking it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember liking it.
Yeah, that one was like it was underrated.
Yeah.
At least in my mind. You know, it wasn't as popular as like other films.
I'm surprised it hasn't been like a remake,
That
like a live action remake of it.
yeah.
Maybe it's just because it's not popular.
Maybe not. But dude, I thought that movie was cool, dude.
I thought it was
well
cool.
done.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like I mean the way that I can remember the like Robin Williams' arms looking as Popeye was
Dude, his voice.
yeah, dude, like it was spot on. Like the face he had the whole time, like dude, I mean that probably like hurt the fuck out of his face.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, how long like on average, how long does it take to film a movie?
Probably back then, probably like a few months to half a year, maybe.
I mean, having to do that face like close to 8 hours a day, I imagine,
Yeah.
because they had unions back then too, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I imagine like, dude, like they were working mad hours, and that dude is like that scrunched ass face talking in that voice, like it probably hurt, dude. That's wild to think.
No, that's another one I'd want to rewatch. I remember like I liked it, but like I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I remember thinking it was cool. Like obviously, I can recognize that it wasn't as good as other movies,
Yeah.
but it was one that I really enjoyed as a kid.
I remember when I would go to Mexico, for some reason they were always playing Popeye in Spanish, like the cartoon. But I never got into it.
That's funny.
I was really into like the sports movies too when I was a kid. So like Air Bud.
Airbud.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
Air Bud.
Airbud's my
Sandlot,
shit, dude.
Big Green.
Oh, Sandlot,
Mighty
man.
Ducks.
I love Sandlot, dude. Like Joseph watches. That's his favorite movie, dude. He can
It's a
quote.
good ass movie.
I love that I get to quote that movie with my now 6, but my 6-year-old son. Like it's so tight that we get to go back and forth with that forever, and we just laugh our ass off. It's so cool. I love that movie, dude.
Dude, that movie's fucking awesome.
Wait, did you? I told you guys about that. Have you guys seen the documentary or no? of the making of it, and it's I think it's done by the guy who made the movie. Like he narrates it.
The documentary.
Yeah, like he talks about they go over the location of it, and then it shows footage of him going back where they filmed it. So the story takes place in San Fernando Valley, but it like they really filmed it like somewhere in Utah. It's pretty sick, dude. It's super cool. I love that. I love that film. It really adds a lot of it makes that movie so much cooler. I'll send it to you guys so you guys can watch it, and you should put it in like the show notes or whatever.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
No, dude, because it's super cool.
I did watch, going back to the Goofy movie. I finished the documentary.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
I still need to watch it.
that shit is tight.
it's
dude.
sick, huh?
Dude, when they're going, they're talking about how they animated the dance scenes at the end.
Yeah.
The Powerline like concert scenes.
Uh-huh.
They literally had real dancers. Did you get that far or not? I think it was like towards the end.
Yeah, but that towards the end is when I started dozing off.
Dozing
Like
off,
I'd have to go back and finish it.
So yeah, they had like real like dancers come in that kind of looked like the character they were portraying. So they had somebody doing Powerline. They had somebody dancing as Goofy, and then they brought like a short guy to be Max, and they were all dancing like a little bit different. You know, Powerline was like really like, you know, like precise in all his moves and everything, and then Goofy was kind of like a little more loose, and then Max was like dancing like, you know, he had baggy clothes on, so it was a little like a kid.
Are they dressed up in like the bag of clothes?
Yeah, so they're wearing like the clothes to like
Oh,
so they
shit.
could really animate them, and they would rewatch those scenes of the recordings of them dancing and animate them and following their every moves, dude.
Like do they show them like freezing the frame and like drawing it out or anything? Or
I
are they
think they
just
did.
watching it and just going off of their
No, I
memory?
think they did because they were showing like the comparison of their dancing and the finished product, and it was like the same shit, and it was like mind blowing.
It's amazing.
And they were talking about how like no one's ever done that before. Like, that's a lot of work, dude.
That
And-
that's crazy. I feel like the same way about when I first saw like even like the Phantom Menace as a kid, and then you see like the behind the scenes of that stuff, like how innovative the technology was for that time, like having to render like whole like environments and stuff like that, like you know, like groundbreaking stuff. Because I mean, nobody's done something like before, like so nobody's done that thing
Yeah,
that way
on that level.
on that level before that. You know, same thing with you're saying like with the dancing.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
like having to like, dude, that's very meticulous. That's extremely meticulous. Like that's
Yeah, they could have just animated like normal, like them dancing and stuff, but
yeah.
like no, they put in the extra effort, you know, to have like real dance moves and, you know, have them really moving how their character would move.
And it's hard not to kind of like look at it as like something of a passion project in that sense.
Yeah, because
You
like
know?
when they talk about how like it didn't do that well when it was released, because they released it at the same time as Lion King,
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
and like it just completely overshadowed it.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like how you mentioned on the last episode how they were Disney at this time was like releasing nothing but like fantasy and adventure movies and all these like these epics, and then here comes like a story about a dad trying to bond with his son, and it's just about them going on a road trip, and that's it. Like that's the story, and how it wasn't till later on that it got like a cult following, and like,
Yeah.
and the end of that documentary, dude, is like my favorite thing. They start showing like all these vloggers and YouTube people like doing reviews on this movie and talk about like how impactful it was for them. And there's just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
It's because
of
we all
people.
grew up.
Yeah, and I think-
And like that retrospective like look,
'cause-
it's like you appreciate it and you're like, oh man, because I mean like I can look at like, you know, my upbringing as a son with my father, you know what I mean? Like I can see that.
well, yeah. I mean, even before like Emily though, like I like now that I have her, like yeah, I look at it differently now. But even before that, like I rewatching it like through adult eyes, like you know, like it's so mind blowing. Like it's a touching story, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like to me that's like I don't know, like it's more impactful than like anything like a fantasy thing because it's not real, and this one is, and like the whole thing of them having to kind of make Goofy this like not one dimensional.
Yeah.
He's not like slapstick humor the whole time. Like he actually has feelings.
Yeah, it's the first time that we've seen Goofy like not be like just like like the token idiot.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You
like,
know,
yeah, I'm
he's
a fucking dad.
yeah, he's got a
and-
range of emotions, you know.
That's the first time you see it.
Because it's like, and then when you think about it, dude, like you can connect with both main characters at different points in your life.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you obviously connect with Max like when he's at that age. You're like, dude, bro, I'm not trying to fucking go fishing
He's
with
just
you,
trying to
bro.
get laid, dude.
I'm trying to go, I'm trying to go skate and like met girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
I'm just trying to get goofy with these girls. I don't know.
And then, like, at this point in my life, I feel more like, I identify more with Goofy because he's just like, man, I'm just trying to spend time with my son. Like, he's getting older. Like, at some point, like, this is it. The last time we do this is going to be the last time we do this, And that's a good movie, dude.
Yeah,
A really
dude.
good movie.
Yeah, the documentary is really cool, man. Like I feel like I even more now. Like I appreciate it so much more, dude. And
Word.
like, yeah, it's cool, man. But man, I'm trying to think. During that transition time when I started watching like the more mature stuff too, like I feel like I think Labyrinth was probably up there as one of my tops, dude.
Did you guys have any, like, kid movies that you liked that were before? If like kid movies from like earlier, like say for instance, I used to fuck with Masters of the Universe with like Dolph Lundgren. Like
Oh, like more like 80s.
yeah, like
shit.
80s, like Old Yeller, like was one that I used to watch a lot, which was it's a kids film, Disney live action film from
No,
like a long time ago.
I think like looking at it from kids' eyes, like I would look at him like this shit is old. Like I don't like
That's how
want that
I
new
feel.
shit, yeah.
That's how I feel. My kids look at the movies that we grew up with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they look at that, that's why they're 100%, dude. They're doing these remakes because like if you try to show them like The Little Mermaid, it's 1989, right?
I don't know.
It was released in like 89, I believe, and like, dude, that's mad old, like. So
It's not.
same thing.
What?
That was like 10 years ago, dude. No, yeah, I totally get it, dude. Like, yeah, like looking back, like even like Goofy movie, dude. I feel like if I were to show Emily that, she'd be like, "The fuck is this?" dude?"
Yeah.
like this isn't like she won't be as engaged.
Yeah, dude, because like graphics are gangster right now,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
I mean, shit looks mad real.
Yeah, dude. I feel like that's stuff that you'll appreciate more. Like as they get older, they might look at it and be like, "Oh, this is actually pretty tight."
Yeah, for sure.
Like now, all I like is old movies, but back then, yeah, as a kid, dude, like I feel like, man, they have funny haircuts and this is stupid. Like,
Have you guys seen the latest, like Mufasa?
I heard it's actually pretty good.
I saw like
haven't
the
seen it yet,
first
though.
like 10, 15 minutes,
Same.
but I think Emily just lost interest, so I just turned it off.
Yeah, like that's kind of same here. Like, I feel like I'd have to kind of like pay attention to it, like with intention.
I heard it's actually pretty good. I
Yeah?
heard.
I don't remember.
But I haven't seen it.
Like I remember being into the story. I remember kind of the beginning part, like kind of how they all became like a unit. But I tuned out at some point, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But like it's hard not to acknowledge when you look at like how that's done. Dude, they look like real fucking lions having conversations. Like it's so crazy looking. Like it doesn't look fake
You're
at all.
telling me they're not?
Damn, did I just?
But see, like, that's what I didn't like about the Lion King remake, the live action one.
Exactly.
Like, because there was no emotion in the faces of these like characters
For sure.
because they just look like lions.
Yeah, I see that.
It's like, why should I care? Like you don't look like you care. You're just their mouth is moving and you're saying these words, but I just felt like there was no emotion to it.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's why I hated the Lion King. Like I despised
I don't
it.
think I ever watched it.
I think
I just don't like the live action remakes, and it might be because I don't like even the animated movies. Like the Lion King, I was never into that movie.
The
dude.
fuck out right
Even
now.
as a kid, I was like, this movie's fucking boring, dude.
The fuck out right now.
with the Lion King.
Yeah,
Really?
I never liked that movie, dude.
the fuck out right now.
Yeah, dude.
That movie's lame, dude.
That movie's
You're
badass.
fired, dude. I always thought Beauty and the Beast was wild. Like,
The fuck out right now.
like Beast was super wild, dude.
Okay,
Like-
look at that. The story of that
wait.
movie.
Yeah,
So,
that
she did-
movie's crazy.
She didn't know that there at one point he can turn back or was gonna turn back, so she was prepared to have sex with this
Yeah.
beast, dude.
Bestiality, homie.
Dude,
No, but think about the movie though. So this witch puts a curse on this kid because he's a kid when it happens
Right.
for not letting her into the house. Which, yeah, she's a fucking stranger. Why are you trying to come into my house? I'm a child.
Yeah.
well, the problem I have with that movie, it right off the bat, it contradicts itself. Like, so she goes to this castle. No, dude. This always bothered me about this movie, and I caught it when I was young too. And the story is like, oh, you know, she's like this hideous looking lady, blah blah, and she puts this curse on him to show him that it's like, oh, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and blah blah blah, like trying to send like a positive message. I'm like, okay, cool, but then immediately she transforms into like this hot babe, and it's just like you just threw away everything you just asked for. Like, I thought beauty was in the eye of the beholder. Like, how come you got to make her hot now?
Would you
No, well, I mean, that wasn't it though. Like, it was. He didn't show her kindness.
Yeah, he didn't show her
because he felt that she was hideous, and then when she revealed herself as like this enchantress that was like
was
you know
hot.
attractive, right? Then he was like, "Oh no, I was just kidding." And it's like, "Oh
No,
no,
wait, no, let me
no."
hit,
Like
wait.
all of a sudden, like you know, like those gold digger videos, you know, like where they don't want to get like, "Oh, like can I have your number or whatever?" And then they're like, "Nah," you know. Then it shows the same guy getting in like a Ferrari.
Yeah,
and
like
all of a
this
all
shitty
of a
sports
su-
car.
Yeah, all of a sudden they're interested. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but then I feel like it's like, oh, you're showing girls that you have to look this way to be hot. Like, cause like I said, you're making, I don't know, that whole thing of like him looking
I didn't get that at
ugly.
all.
There's people that talk about it. I've seen it before. And
Really?
Like, I thought I was the only one that noticed. Yeah.
Really?
There's like compilations of like hypocritical stuff, but that one's like particularly one that pops up a lot.
That's
I've seen.
interesting because I mean the only thing that I take away from it is just like like don't like
not a girl,
don't
dude.
like don't be a jerk. I guess that's what it is. No, for real. Like
Yeah,
because I mean that's just not like
You know,
is
yeah.
that like a male privilege kind of thing? Like
I
you know
think
because
so.
I don't hold myself to that type of like standard. You know because it's never something that's portrayed like that
Yeah.
as like from the man's perspective. You know.
Yeah.
So I get that if that's the
Yeah.
case.
But, anyways, yeah, I don't know, like the Disney movie, like princess movies, I never got into.
Hold on, before you move on from Beauty and the Beast. hold on. I have a lot of issues with this movie.
eat with me, then she doesn't eat at all. Like, dude, that shit's crazy.
Hey, no. Hey, wait. So, those teacups, were they children before or?
See, what I thought was fucked up is like, why does everybody in the castle get like the smoke if it was just him? You know, like that's like
Guilty by association?
that's
homie?
fucked up. That's fucked up. It's like, oh, everybody has to do push-ups because like you made the one mistake. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of foul, dude. Like
Drill sergeant shit.
they didn't deserve that, dude. Like
I don't know. Maybe
that's
they did.
that's kind of ass, dude.
I don't know, man. Maybe they did. You don't know.
Dude, and like Gaston's fucking bro, like the way he manipulated that town, like spinning that narrative.
Gaston is gay as fuck,
he
homie.
is, dude.
What's his little buddy?
Dude, they're
name?
fucking.
I think that's why they went with that.
They're fucking, dude.
what's his
They're
name?
definitely. He's definitely fucking leaning him over, homie. Definitely. His name's Gaston, homie. Gay. Gaston. Come on.
Gaston? Not even
Yeah,
clever.
no one spits like Gaston, dude.
Dang.
Dude. What do you mean by that?
That's because he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Let me see.
When he was a kid, he used to eat like 5 dozen eggs to help him get large. Like, dude, kind of sus, bro.
Maybe this movie's not that bad, dude. In hindsight, you know, I'll give it another shot.
Oh shit.
Nah, I always had issues with Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just always like, man, that's fucked up. What the hell? Like everybody in the house, like, wait, so they turn little kids into teacups. Like, what the
yeah,
fuck?
that's why. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that kind of stuff as a kid though.
I did.
As an adult, like
It's because I overanalyze shit.
because I mean, like as an adult, I could point out like all the. I noticed all like these plot holes. Like,
Yeah.
So like for instance, like in the Little Mermaid, right? Like, I hope I hadn't talked about this before.
Oh, the priest with the boner?
No,
That was my
no,
favorite part.
no. Like Sebastian. Like he's red.
That's the lobster, right?
Oh, yeah. Lobsters aren't red.
No, they're not red.
They're only
Like,
red because that
fool's
means
a
they're
zombie.
being
Cooked.
Yeah,
That fool's a zombie crab, dude.
yeah.
Like,
Because lobsters are
yeah,
black.
because he
They're
was
black,
boiled.
right?
That means he had to have been boiled.
Because lobsters are black, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're like blue, gray. Like they're not. Yeah, they're not. They're not. Those like lobsters, crabs, like shrimps. You know, dude.
Yeah,
That
they
shit
don't turn-
changes
I never
pink.
Hey,
thought
why is
about
he
it.
Jamaican?
Yeah, like it takes place in Denmark. Like that's a hell of a
Under
long,
the sea. Like, come on, dude.
that's a long trip, dude.
Under the sea. You know, I mean, come on, dude.
Down where it's weta, down where it's beta.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, see, dude.
Fuck, dude.
No, yeah. Why is he red? Damn, they boiled this motherfucker and then threw him back in the water?
I'm just saying,
fucked up,
dude.
homie.
I'm just saying, man.
Because aren't like lobsters also, or like crabs or whatever, like they're essentially like immortal, right?
They could live a long time if they don't get murdered. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like turtles.
Yeah, well, they're like the dinosaurs
Yeah.
because those motherfuckers can live like hundreds of years.
Do you guys remember the show Dinosaur? Dinosaurs?
Like
I
the
tried getting Emily to watch it, and she wasn't into it.
Do you remember the final episode?
the Jim Henson
Where
one,
they
right?
All die.
yeah, where they're like just
Yeah, Jim
waiting.
Henson, dude.
They're just waiting for the meteor.
The first episode starts stating that.
Dude, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that in so long, dude.
That's another one, dude. That like,
I'm the baby.
not the,
I'm the baby,
not
gotta
the
love me.
mama, not the mama.
Dude, that show was tight.
That show was tight.
Or what the Flintstones movie? I used to love watching that
Yeah,
one.
dude.
I didn't get into that one until later either.
That one was awesome.
That one was tight.
I like the I remember the funniest part to me as a kid was when they were using the garbage disposal and then they open up like this the sink like the what is it like the cupboard like door
Yeah.
and it's like this fat fucking dinosaur pig thing just like "Rawr." It's like just like wolfing down whatever they're putting in the sink.
Same, homie.
Like I thought that was so funny. Oh man, that's a good one, dude.
Yeah, that
I
was a good
haven't.
one.
I haven't.
That's what's his name?
John Goodman.
Yeah, dude. He's so young in that too.
Yeah,
John
dude.
Goodman, Rick Moranis, Rosie O'Donnell,
Yeah,
Halle Berry, Kyle MacLachlan.
that's right. Halle Berry was in that. She's
Oh.
a secretary, right?
Yeah.
Kyle's like the boss.
the villain,
Yeah.
Who else? There was another big. I can't remember the actress who played Wilma. I can't remember her name.
I remember. I watched 2 movies recently. That I remember watching a lot as a kid. Totally like movies that I felt kind of seemed maybe under the radar, but I thought these movies were sick. One of them was called Warriors of Virtue. They're like these kangaroo kung fu
heard of it.
like practical effects suits. And then the other one was Star Kid, where
Star Kid. I saw.
Star Kid. I've never seen that one, but I always thought the cover looked sick.
oh, you've never seen it?
I've never seen
You
it.
should watch it, dude. It's pretty cool.
Never seen
That's
it.
a cool movie.
It's with that one kid. What else was he in? I remember seeing him in something else.
Yeah, dude. I was trying to think of that myself.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, look it up, dude. I didn't even bother. That one was. I remember thinking that movie is so dope.
Yeah, I remember loving the way that cover looked. Let's see.
Like those movies, I feel like movies like that were really well thought out for that time. Like they were done very well. Because I like when I was watching like the way when he's inside the suit and how it has like the outside of the suit, the exterior of that suit was like mechanical, right? But then like the interior of that suit seemed more like biological.
Yeah.
You know, like it had more of like a soft tissue kind of look to it. And then when he would talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what they did with the Ninja Turtles too. Because they had like they controlled the eyes and everything. right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like multiple people just controlling the head.
That sounds like such a pain, dude.
He's from Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, he's the kid,
Yeah.
the little brother.
Yeah, he's the
That's
little
right,
brother
that's
in
right,
Jurassic
that's
Park.
right.
What about Small Soldiers?
Small Soldiers, I fucked with.
Oh, dude,
That one just got a 4K.
dude,
release.
that is a sick movie.
Gorgonites. Tommy Lee Jones as the villain.
Isn't it?
He's the voice.
I'm Archer, emissary of the Gorgonites.
He's the voice of
Dude.
the I can't remember the name of the soldier, the main
The
soldier.
main really, I didn't
Captain
know
Chip
that.
Hazard.
Chip Hazard, yes.
Or Commander, or is it Colonel Chip Hazard?
it's
Commander.
it's Kirsten Dunst is in that, right?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
And like that, and then I remember that kid had the same like '90s like
Hair.
mid part, like
Oh, yeah.
you know.
That shit's coming back, dude.
It is, dude.
Yeah,
And
hope not.
Jinko
I've seen
jeans,
it.
dude.
Hope not.
Yeah.
I saw this fool at the spot the other day, dude. He had these fat in and out, dude. The biggest, baggiest, like pants,
And bag is in again, dude.
dude. They were huge. Like
That shit's so uncomfortable, dude.
it looked funny, like it's like a meme or something. I guess somebody photoshopped this dude's pant legs to be massive.
All right. So since we're talking like randomly about movies from the 90s, specifically like kids films, I just decided to go on Letterboxd and I found a list called Best Films Growing Up as a Kid in the 90s. There's a bunch of films on here.
Dope.
So I'm going to name some off and see if you guys have any memory of those. Little Giants.
Oh yeah, with Rick
Giants I
Moranis.
fuck with.
Rick Moranis and like isn't
Ed
it?
O'Neill.
Yeah,
And the whole like, oh, the girl can't be a quarterback.
yeah.
I remember I would get that one
always picking on
and the Big Green, like those two.
Yeah.
were,
Duh,
like, my-
dude, Big Green was tight.
More than like the Mighty Ducks and the Sandlot, I was into those more.
Yeah, because
Really?
Little Giants, like that was definitely part of when I was like really into like all those sports movies,
But like, yeah, but
like
I
those kid sports movies.
specifically like Big Green, I fucked with that movie like a lot, dude. Like that movie's tight.
That was a good one.
I've never seen this one, but I feel like you might have Radio Flyer.
Oh, dude, we talked about that. Yeah,
did?
Rated Flyer is the one with
Which one's that?
Elijah Wood, where the little it's
Holy
The-
shit, it's a Richard Donner film.
they're abused by their stepdad, and or the little brother is abused by the stepdad, and they try to plot to get away. Like, it's like really like whimsical, but also very like kind of dark in nature because I mean
Never heard
it's
of it.
about yeah
And it has the same kid also, but not just Elijah Wood from Jurassic Park and Star Kid.
he's a little brother, right?
Yeah, he's a little brother.
He's the one that's like the one
Sam
that
Neill?
gets abused.
Yeah, Sam Neill. No, the Velociraptor.
It taps.
That's all it communicates.
Like yeah, that's how it communicates. Like for with the wagon that flies, it's the Morse code. Tap 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 tap.
But yeah, I had no idea it was a Richard Donner film. You know who Richard Donner is? Superman, director of the original Superman.
Oh really?
Mhm.
Oh nice. Oh, that makes sense because it has like a particular like
vibe to it.
like filter for the maybe the lack of a better term. You know what I mean?
Damn, Elijah Wood's on this list a lot. Adventures of Huck Finn.
That was a cool one. I liked that
seen
one.
it.
I remember seeing it, but I don't really remember the movie itself. Good Burger.
I didn't
Oh,
get
yeah,
into that
yeah.
one until later.
Dude, I
Way
loved
later.
Good Burger to this day has one of my favorite jokes. And I always bring it up. But it's like, because you remember like the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how when he almost hits Ed on his way to work, like in the morning or whatever? Or he's on his way to school and Ed is on his way to work.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his rollerblades. And he like causes him to crash or something, which causes him to go get a job at Good Burger. Do you remember that?
I remember kind of.
Well, when he goes to Good Burger to like apply, he looks at Ed and he's like, "You look familiar. Do I know you from somewhere?" And he's like, "You ever been to Australia?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Me neither."
That's hilarious.
Or when he's reading the contract and he's like, "Oh, I know some of these words."
Or there was a meme. It was like a dad meme of it,
Yeah.
and I think you sent it to Ellie. He's like, "This is Eddie,"
What was it?
and it was like it was that scene, but it was like when what was it? It was like when the first time father's like reading. What was it?
I don't remember.
Dude. It was fucking hilarious. So I was like, yeah.
If it was making fun of you, it was probably hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, dude.
Jack with Robin Williams.
Oh, that's a good one. I loved that.
That
movie.
came out in '96. What? Directed by Francis Ford Coppola?
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea.
That's the guy from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
Francis, the older brother.
Yeah.
Francis? Oh.
No, like where I live. What?
Francis Ford Coppola, you know, the father of Sofia Coppola from Godfather 3.
Oh, the best.
Yeah.
Actress ever?
Dude, I had no idea this was a Francis Ford Coppola film.
Me neither. That's pretty cool.
That's insane.
That's one that I didn't see till way later too.
I don't really remember this one. Is this the one where he's like he's
Where
a
he-
kid, but he
but-
like ages fast?
Yeah, like he had a condition that like made him like age like physically, but like
He was still a kid.
Yeah, but he exactly, he was still a child. So like I remember when he was graduating, he looked like he was like in his like
30s, 40s.
no, he looked
I don't remember.
like he had like gray white hair.
Oh,
Like,
when he was graduating
the
high
age-
school?
yeah, when he was graduating high
Yeah,
school.
he was like elderly.
yeah, like he was like a tata.
What the fuck? Liar Liar's on here. That's a kid's movie? Would you consider that a kid's movie?
I would
Yeah, I mean it has like a
like a
well.
preteen movie maybe.
So what are the inappropriateness in it? Like oh, I've had better. Like
That's because you got big boobs. I mean, no, he's like, that's because you got big jugs.
Mommy.
I mean, your boobs
yeah.
are huge.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I want to squeeze them. Mama.
No, dude, and they play the tape of of them fucking in court.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, dude. There's no way that's a
Yeah,
kid's
why
movie.
is this
What the
on
heck?
here? What the fuck? All right. My Girl.
I have no idea what that is.
You what?
Oh, I know. Is that the one with who's in
Macaulay
it?
Culkin.
Yeah.
Where he dies?
What the fuck? How?
That's the one where like, oh, dude, this movie is so sad.
Really?
Well, that scene, because like the girl, her name's Veda.
I know what you're talking about. I've never seen it.
Her dad works at. He has like a fucking. What's the word? They have a funeral home.
Oh, like a mortuary.
There we go. And he starts dating this new woman. This new woman, she's kind of like a hippie, like has a little RV, played like Jamie Lee Curtis. And then like her best friend is like this nerdy kid. I think his name is it Thomas? Played by Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, Thomas. And she's very like out there, like little girl, you know, like very outspoken. Seems a little older, like that, like mature for her age, but she's a little ass kid.
How old?
I want to say, I don't remember. They're very young though. I don't remember.
Like you can't think in your like.
I would place them at maybe like 9,
Oh, okay. So
9
like
or 10, maybe
like Naraya's age.
around there. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty.
I may
young.
be wrong. I may be
pretty
wrong, but they're best friends. And the whole thing, the whole like part that always gets to me, like no matter how many times I've seen this movie, is like she loses. I think she like loses her ring. It's like her ring that her mom, who had passed away, had given her. I think it's a ring or a necklace. It's a piece of jewelry. She loses it in the woods where they were hanging out, where like they had like they kissed each other because they wanted to experience what a first kiss would be like.
Okay.
So, and he like obviously likes her, but she loses a ring or a piece of jewelry in the woods, and he goes back to get it. And she's always teasing him because he's like allergic to everything, and he like gets attacked by a swarm of bees
That's
and
what's up.
dies.
Oh shit.
And like so, she's not now. She has to deal with the fact that like her best friend is gone, and she's at the wake, and she's like freaking out, and then she's like, because she sees him. And she's like just bawling, and she's like, "Where are his glasses?" And she starts yelling, and everybody's trying to get her away from like the casket. And she's like,
Is he
"He can't
okay?
see with." But dude, it's such a good movie. It's very emotional. It's I don't know if I would say I guess it's a kids movie, because I mean the main characters are kids, but oh,
I mean,
man.
like. I mean, okay, so they're kids, right?
There's nothing really inappropriate in it, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I mean, like, there's kids who like. I mean, that's like. I mean, I remember it wasn't somebody who like was my friend, but I remember being 8 years old when I experienced the death of someone who was a loved one. You know, like that's a very real thing that some kids experience. You know, so I can see that being like.
I'm trying to see what like the rating I'm not seeing it here on Letterboxd. It doesn't say. And I'm not trying to Google it either. So whatever.
What else is on the list?
Oh, PG. It's rated PG. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, like that. I feel like that sounds appropriate based off what you're describing. Because I mean, parental guidance, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, are you okay with signing off with your kids, like learning or exploring the concept of like death like this?
Yeah. Because it does deal with that. Like
Man, they should put that warning on fucking Land Before Time.
Huh.
for real.
No, nobody was prepared for that.
Okay. Mrs. Doubtfire is on here.
I was never really into it.
Damn, Chris directed by Chris Columbus. Fuck that fool.
That's a wild movie too, dude.
That one is pretty
Because
wild.
if you think about it, like, I mean, like whenever I watch that movie now, like, it's hard not to kind of kind of sympathize with everybody
Yeah.
in that family, you know, because like the kids are, you see them kind of experience like the mess, and then he's just so desperate to like hang on to his kids,
Yeah.
like the length in which he chose to go to, like that's kind of sad, dude.
That's the one where he's like, "Oh, this is my impression of a hot dog," and he just like,
Yeah.
it's that
he was
movie,
a voice,
right?
He was a voice actor, right?
I believe so. And then like his brother, was it his brother? He was like really good at with like prosthetics.
Yeah, he does like
prosthetic makeup
yeah, he
and
does
shit.
like visual effects type
I
stuff.
think so.
He was a Mua.
The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I
for
just
sure.
rewatched that one not too long ago, and that movie's tight, dude.
Dude, solid.
That hot chocolate, dude.
Solid.
That scene always made me crave hot chocolate, dude.
I
Yeah.
always thought it was so funny, like when he's in that room and then there's that puppet show going on, and then he's like changing his
Getting
clothes,
naked, yeah.
and then he pulls his pants down, and like it seems like that they're just there. I mean, they're puppets because they can't see it, and then all of a sudden he drops his pants, and they're like, ah!
They freak out, yeah.
I always thought that was so funny, dude.
I don't really remember that movie that much.
No, you should watch it. Even the ones that came after were pretty cool. Like,
I never saw the sequels, but I know there was one that where it didn't have the elf. What's his name?
Bernard.
Bernard, and like people were like pissed about it. But I
Dude.
guess he returned.
Oh, that was played by Nick Krumholtz, right, or something like that.
The
David
Jew-
Krumholtz.
Mm.
Damn. Getting Even with Dad.
I don't even. That doesn't,
Macaulay Culkin with long hair. Damn.
that doesn't ring a bell at all.
Ted Danson. Yeah, I've never seen this movie. Ooh. Indian in the Cupboard.
Ooh, that was a cool one.
Hey, what would you put in the cupboard? Hey, what would happen if you put a fleshlight in the
I
cupboard?
was gonna say a dildo.
We immediately went to
same-
sex toys.
We're on the
You
same
guys-
wavelength right now.
You guys
dude.
are disgusting.
Hey,
Dude, that's the first thing I would put in there, dude.
typical Deftones fans, homie.
Yikes.
No, I always.
Dude, I put my Ninja Turtles in there.
Yeah.
For
Fuck
sure.
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I would have put my wrestlers.
I was just gonna say,
I was
yeah.
about wrestling toys. Like,
I'd put Hulk Hogan in there and then kill him.
dude, it's tight because like the kids are super into wrestling. So like, Joseph got like this ring for his birthday.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick, dude. Like
Can I have it?
the ropes are super legit. He has The Rock, John Cena, Rey Mysterio, and then Naraya has Bianca Belair.
That's what's up.
Yeah, dude, and they're always playing with it, dude. It's so sick, and it's so funny because it reminds me so much of like when me and my brother used to play,
Yeah.
and like we used to play the music out of the boombox, and then my dad at the time he's really into like burning CDs. So he would take all the songs from the wrestlers. He said, "Oh, like make a list of all the wrestlers that you have." So he did it, and then he downloaded all their music, and he would put them on these
Like the
compilations.
Titantron music?
Yeah, and then he would make like the disc, right? And then he would print out the sticker that fits over the disc, and then he would print out like all the
so you'd make it
the
legit
inserts. Yeah,
looking.
dude, it was like a legit CD. And then we'd have like volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and and then depending on which wrestler came out, we would
I,
like it would be tight to put those fools in the cupboard and just watch them do it. That'd be awesome. Like I just DJ it, like play the songs.
I remember my problem with that movie was like there's one scene where he does stick like a T-Rex, Darth Vader, like a bunch of cool toys in there, and they're only alive for like 2 seconds, and I just feel like that was a missed opportunity.
Mm.
Cause like that would have been so cool, dude. Like out of all toys, he had like a fucking Darth Vader toy. He had all these.
Yeah.
He puts a fucking Indian in there and a cowboy.
Do you have a problem with like representation or?
Yeah, that's fucked up, dude.
Oh, you're one of those anti-DEI types, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, no kid. I don't care who it is, dude, that has all these other badass toys is gonna choose a fucking Indian and a cowboy.
Like, if you were to put like army men in there, like, are they gonna blast each other?
I hope so.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
I think they would, because immediately, like, one of them was a RoboCop toy too.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
saying,
maybe it was like copyright shit. So.
no, I mean,
What if you put the Spawn toys in there, dude?
dude.
Dude.
Yeah, I remember that scene, that movie. I used to like it a lot too, and I feel that rewatching it now, I might feel like I don't
Different
know,
about
maybe
it?
I'll appreciate it more now. But
Or you come back like very anti-Native American?
I end up hating that character.
Yo, you know what? Christopher Columbus had some good ideas.
He's like, you're like pro pipelines.
Oh my god, dude! But I
Drill,
remember
baby, drill.
He's like, why the fuck they get their own land with casinos? Like, what the fuck? That's fucked up, dude. Fucking racist piece of shit.
I know.
I mean,
That's what's up.
they look funny
Oh my
with
god.
their little feathers, you know.
Do you guys ever? No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
no.
Do you guys remember the movie Harriet the Spy? R.I.P. Michelle Trachtenberg.
Vaguely. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. No, vaguely. It
Was she in the
wasn't.
movie?
It wasn't one that I had like there is. I remember we had like this family that was friends with our family,
Yeah.
and those kids were they're Mormon family, so like they had a lot of restrictions. And I remember they had a series of movies that they would watch all the time, and it was movies that I normally wouldn't watch, and that was one of them. Like they were more like Nickelodeon like type kids, you know. And I Nickelodeon was something that I was vaguely familiar with.
I was a Nickelodeon kid.
Yeah, I was like kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out with that stuff.
I was always Cartoon Network, dude.
Yeah, I liked Cartoon Network stuff too, like Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Laboratory,
Laboratory. DD.
Omelette au fromage. I always thought that one was funny.
Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Dennis the Menace.
Oh yeah.
I remember watching that one a lot when I was a kid.
There was another one that was like the same kind of premise.
Oh, Dennis the Menace too?
No.
The one
Shout
that
out,
Danny's in?
Shout out Danny Turner.
Yeah, Danny's in that movie. He plays Joey. His little bald head and
So
little
wild.
curl.
So
It's
wild.
crazy. What movie?
It was like a similar, like just an asshole kid causing mayhem.
Problem Child?
I think it's I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah?
That's the one where at one point he's like wearing like a double suit, right? At a party?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's not on here, actually. Let me see. No, I don't see it on here.
Do you guys remember that Baby's Night Out?
Baby's Day Out.
Day Out, yeah.
I used to watch that all the time,
Yeah.
too.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I remember I liked it.
Dude,
haven't
I
seen it
recently
forever, though.
rewatched it.
Yeah? No.
And that shit still had me dying.
Oh.
So stupid.
I remember that, like I used to be obsessed with it too, but
Just these
No.
three dumbasses that
they can't fucking keep an eye on a kid.
says the milk too hot. I don't know. Test it. How am I supposed to test it? He puts it on his head. It's all you hear it sizzle.
Stupid, dude.
That's on here. Baby's Day Out. Ooh. Blank check.
I have no idea what that is.
What?
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Blank Check?
Nope.
Have you heard? Oh. Damn. Jose stepping out. Calling him out right now. Fucking bitch. Damn. You've never heard of Blank Check?
No.
Where the kid like gets his bike run over in the bank parking lot, and then the guy that ran over his bike, he was like, here, like he gives him a blank check, basically. And the kid just writes it and signs it and gives it to him, and the kid just writes in $1 million.
And he
And
gets it.
And he gets it, and he ends up buying a house like down the street from where he lives, and like he like pretends he's this businessman named Macintosh, and like he gets all this shit. I was like, no way, he got all this shit for $1 million, dude. Then he makes out with the cop at the end.
Gross.
Blank Check.
Yeah, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, long time ago, dude.
Yeah, that movie's problematic because it has a grown ass woman kissing a child on the mouth.
That's because it was a cop.
Yeah.
I have more of a problem with that.
Hey, fuck the police. Know what I'm saying?
But I did, but I did used to watch the movie a lot when I was a kid.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Blank Check, homie. You gotta watch it. That kid in that movie, he was in another movie. It was like a horror movie. Let me look it up real quick, because I remember seeing him in another movie. Let's see, Mikey. Do you remember a movie called Mikey?
No.
Not at all.
This is the cover.
No. What the hell?
No,
No.
dude, I remember this movie too.
That cover does not look like a kid's movie, dude.
No.
No, it's not a kids movie.
Oh, it's
It's a horror film. Mikey just needs a good, stable home. He's bounced from foster home to foster home his whole life. He finally lands himself with a new loving family, but their perfect little child is not what he appears to be. His previous caretakers all died of mysterious accidents that weren't really accidents at all. Mikey is a cold-blooded killer, and it doesn't take long for him to aim his sights on his new adoptive family and anyone else who stands in his way. I remember thinking this movie was tight. I gotta rewatch it. I haven't seen it in so long.
never heard of it.
Damn, it's got a 2.8 rating on Letterboxd.
That's what's up. It's probably good then.
Yeah, it's probably good. Damn. Yeah, Mikey. I remember this movie, dude.
I've never even heard of it, dude.
No?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else is on here. Babe. I was never really.
Nah.
Babe was tight, dude.
Yeah?
But it's one of those, once again, dude, it's, because I remember my dad, like, he would love that movie, dude. And he would be rewatching it all the time. And I rewatched it, like, maybe a couple years ago. Dude, it's the most vegan movie ever, dude.
It is
That
on
shit-
Yeah, that's what's up.
That shit is touching, dude. And it's so short, too. Like, I remember thinking, like, damn, I remember this being, like, a long movie when I was little. But
Mhm.
it flew by. It's a good movie, though, dude. It's a really good movie.
Damn.
That's another one that has, like, lessons with, like, I feel like that's one that you can watch with your kids and, like, they'll get a lot out of it. Because it does deal with, like, losing someone. Because I remember one of the pups passes away.
Yeah,
And I remember,
yeah.
like, being super
Yeah.
sad when I was a kid watching it. But then, like, just that bond that the human has with the pig. Which that guy actually ended up, why is that funny, dude?
No, I'm sorry. It's just like we're talking about this. It just reminds me of something that I always thought was super funny.
What?
So Jeff, right?
Jeff?
Jeffrey, Fro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he had this thing where he would like someone who thought they were like someone who had like an ego, you know, someone who thought they were all that. He would call them Babe Pig in the City. And I always thought that shit was hilarious, dude.
That's one that I don't remember. That's the second one.
That's the second
Yeah,
one.
that's the second
Yeah,
one.
but I remember that one, like, it was a little more dumbed down. Like, it was a little more slapstick. But I feel like the first one's like a solid, like, emotional, like, ride, dude. But I remember that guy, that actor,
Mhm.
the main guy that, like, the one that's bonding with Babe. He ended up being like an advocate for like being like a hardcore like vegan, and like he has like a pig sanctuary or something like that.
Because of that movie, or
That I don't know, but I know that he like
it
has
would be cool
rescued a
if
bunch.
that would be cool if it somehow like influenced that.
Maybe, yeah, but I know he's like a big he's like a big deal. You know, he's one of the guys fighting for all that.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool. What else is on there?
Let's see. Flubber. You guys remember Flubber?
Oh yeah,
I fucked with Flubber.
I feel like I need to watch that again.
I remember
Like,
seeing that in theaters.
I just don't remember like it very well.
I don't either. I remember-
I can picture it in my head pretty good, but I just can't like if you were to like tell me parts from the movies you remember, like you know nothing comes to mind.
There's one specific scene I remember that always made me laugh, and it was when Robin Williams' character, he's like at one of the basketball game, and he's sitting behind his love interest, who's like on a date with another man, and he's doing his best to like annoy the shit out of this person, and he's like cheering, but he has like the program or whatever, like the player stats like in a paper like rolled up in his hand. And he's like, yeah. And he starts banging like on the back of the guy's head with the paper like all fast. But like the guy's trying to like make a
Play
good
cool.
impression on the girl. So he's just like acting like
Like it's not bugging him.
yeah. And I just thought that shit was fucking hilarious.
But he's just totally like trying to disrupt.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't even remember that.
I remember that movie because I saw it in theaters, but I remember I didn't want to see it. I remember going to the theater with my mom, my niece, and my little sister. And this is when what we would do was we would always like watch a movie and then sneak into another one. That's what we would always do.
Hell yeah.
And I remember we get there and I was like, oh, I want to watch An American Werewolf in Paris.
Dope movie.
Yeah, no, not the original, the American one, like, or the more contemporary one, the one that's super shitty. It's like super shitty. But I was just like, the only reason was because somebody at school told me like, oh, they show boobs in that movie.
That's what's up, dude.
So I had told my mom, I was like, oh, like I want to see this movie, and she's all like, well, what kind of movie is it? And I remember being, oh, it's a scary movie, and that's when I was barely getting into like horror films, and my niece was always just like, oh, I want to do whatever Fidel wants to do, so she was like, yeah, let's watch that. I want to see a scary movie. My little sister was like, no, I'm scared. Like I don't want to see that. So we ended up getting tickets to see Flubber. No, I'm lying. We got tickets to see American Werewolf. And so I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So we go in there and like it got to like a sex scene. And my mom was like, no, let's go.
I like that. Out of everything, that's where your mom draws the line.
Yeah. So I remember we walked out and right across from the theater was Flubber. And we walked into Flubber and the movie had like just started.
Did you have a boner the whole time?
Of course.
When you walked across the hall?
Yeah, I was like, you know what, Mom, I gotta go to the bathroom and Flubber this out.
Did it get bigger once you saw Flubber?
Dude, you guys are fucking ridiculous.
My bad. Okay, Dunstan checks in is on here. Rookie of the Year, that falls into like the sports ones.
Oh, that was
Problem
cool.
Child, it is on here. Kindergarten Cop.
Oh yeah.
That was one I didn't get till later, dude.
I remember seeing that one a lot, and there was another one with Burt Reynolds called Cop and a Half.
Never heard of that one.
Have you heard that one?
I'm a police idiot.
No, I'm talking about Cop and a Half with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, but that's Kindergarten Cup though.
Yeah, I know, but I'm asking about Cop and a Half
I don't remember that one. Oh
No?
wait, no, I do.
with Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Where the whole like, he's like this little black kid, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
like
yeah.
kind of takes him under his wing,
Yeah.
whatever, and he's all like, "Hey, what comes after L?" And he's like, "What?" He's like, "What comes after L?" And he's like, "What?" Like he's like confused by it, and he's all, "Bo, get it? Elbow." And he fucking elbows him in the nuts.
Stupid, dude.
But then like Burt Reynolds uses that because the kid gets like kidnapped or whatever. So he's like trying to save him. And then he uses that on like one of the thugs. He's like, hey, like what comes after L? And the guy's like, A, B, C.
He's counting it out. So stupid, dude.
But I remember watching that one all the time too. Cop and a Half.
I used to watch Short Circuit a lot as a kid.
Short Circuit, dude.
Both of them, the first and the second one.
Damn.
The second one more.
Movie did brown face, something.
Short Circuit?
Yeah, the guy that plays like the Middle Eastern guy. He's a
Oh
white guy.
yeah. Is he really?
Yeah, he's a white guy.
No shit.
And he's
Damn.
he did the whole like buddy like accent. too.
Yeah,
Like,
he did.
Yeah.
He did.
yeah,
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
I don't remember that
I
movie.
have to
gotta
rewatch that
it.
now,
Yeah.
dude.
that's a white guy, dude.
Oh shit.
That's a white guy.
I just remember like that
That's
movie.
a Caucasian motherfucker.
That movie was so funny. Los locos kick your ass. Los locos kick your face. Los
What
locos
was his
kick
name?
your
Johnny-
balls
Johnny
into
Five?
outers. Yeah, Johnny Five. Johnny Five's alive.
Yeah.
'Cause I need a hero.
Dude, I need to rewatch it.
Jumanji, Adam's Family, Matilda's on here. Space Jam's on
Oh
here.
yeah.
George of the Jungle. I remember that
Oh,
one.
Brandon Fraser.
With
Yeah.
Brandon Fraser and Leslie Mann.
Oh, I remember that one.
Hey, you think he fucked those gorillas? We got.
Damn, you really love the Deftones, dude.
The Mary Kate Ashley movie you're talking about, is It Takes Two?
It could be. I don't know. I feel like they were in a million of movies.
Yeah, they
back in
had
the
like
day.
a bunch of movies.
It Takes
dude.
Two, that's the one where they switch. Kind of the Parent Trap type
Okay,
of thing.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah. That's It Takes Two. I remember that one.
'Cause I was gonna
remember
say
that
Freaky Friday, but that's the one that where they actually like
Switch bodies, basically.
bodies. Yeah.
Though even Parent Trap though with
Parent
Lindsay
Trap,
Lohan.
Yeah,
I remember watching that one a lot when I was a kid too.
me too.
Damn. Three Ninjas.
Three
Yeah,
Ninjas, I
dude.
fucked with.
Dude, Rocky loves Emily. Tum Tum. Dude, the ending scene, or not the ending scene, but the kidnapping scene. The little dudes.
Oh,
We're not gonna hurt you.
That's the one that has the guy that
We're
looks like.
just here to kidnap you.
dude, it's been so long.
That's
Since
the one that has the guy that looks like Josh.
Yeah.
Burke.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
And they give
that's
him like
funny.
X-Lax or some shit in their
Yeah.
soda.
That's.
And he's like,
funny.
oh, not in the stomach, not in the stomach. Dude, that movie was tight.
Hell
That
yeah.
movie was fucking tight. Flipper's on here. Jurassic Park is on here.
Flipper.
Yeah, I had mentioned earlier when I said Free Willy. I was like, Free Willy, Flipper.
I don't think I ever heard of Flipper.
The dolphin one with Elijah Wood.
No.
And what's it, Paul Hogan? The Crocodile Dundee guy?
Damn.
Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan.
Your
yeah.
vegan card is revoked.
I know.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? You fucking
What is
poser
it?
ass
I
bitch.
know.
Same premise as Free Willy or what?
I don't fucking remember, dude.
Something. I imagine so. I mean, like, what else are you gonna do with that?
I'll read the synopsis. Eddie's a bitch. That's what it says. Sandy Ricks is sent by his mom to Coral Cay, a rustic island in the Florida Keys, to spend the summer with his uncle Porter Ricks. Sandy dislikes everything about his new environment until a new friend comes into his life. A dolphin named Flipper that brings uncle and nephew together and leads Sandy on the summer adventure of a lifetime.
That does sound vegan as fuck, dude.
Come
I'll buy
on,
it
dude,
for
look at that
KD.
shit. Look at that dolphin, dude.
You can buy the Criterion, dude.
Look at that. Look at that dick, homie. Dolphin dick,
God.
homie. My bad, I'm horny. Hey, fuck Stuart Little. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say, homie. Fucking hate that movie.
Oh
I used to
shit.
fuck with that movie.
Nah, fuck Stuart Little, homie. That's
movie was
fucked
cool.
up. No, you know what? It's not his fault. You know, it's not his fault. Fuck Gina Davis, homie.
Who's that?
The mom that adopts him.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's a fucking building full of children that need homes. So they adopt a mouse.
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that, homie?
Yeah.
But it's smart.
I don't give a shit. Fucking kill it, homie. That mouse talks, kill it. Fuck no. Fuck that.
Haven't you seen Pink in the Brain, dude?
Pinky and the Brain.
North. Come on, dude. The same
That's a good
thing we
show.
do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. The Power Rangers movie. I used to watch that one a lot.
dude.
I remember I used to fuck with Power Rangers. Was it Turbo?
Yeah, that was.
Particular-
That's the
Yeah.
one that Danny's into.
Yeah.
He's in
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
he's in a-
no.
isn't it Turbo?
No, he's in an episode, but he's in the Turbo. It's the Power Rangers Turbo era, but he's in one of the episodes from the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not in the,
Not the movie?
not in the movie though.
There's a Power Rangers Turbo movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. That
Oh, I
movie's
had no
tight.
idea.
That was my favorite out of
yeah,
all of them.
it's the second Power Rangers movie that they had made after the original one with Ivan Ooze.
Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, I think that
You
was
mean
like my
Apocalypse
favorite.
from X-Men Apocalypse?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yep. Looks just like him.
For real, dude.
That's why that movie was fucking ass.
Oh, let me see. I gotta look at that picture right
That was a bad movie with some good scenes in it.
X-Men Apocalypse.
I just feel like,
My favorite scene was when Mystique died.
how did she die?
Didn't she get like impaled or something? Because he like launches her, and she like lands on something, and then
I don't
her
For
remember
impales
real,
her.
that.
dude.
I remember that the Michael Fassbender, the Magneto scene was fucking dope, dude.
Oh, in the warehouse? Was it a warehouse or?
That's when he saves that guy. But remember, they accidentally shoot his his daughter, and his
Oh,
wife, and he
dude.
just kills everybody with that necklace.
Dude.
That scene was like, oh my god, this movie doesn't deserve this scene.
Yeah.
It was such a good scene
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
in a bad movie.
The Three Musketeers. I remember watching that a lot.
That's Joseph's favorite movie.
With Kiefer Sutherland and Chris
Yeah,
O'Donnell.
that's Joseph's favorite movie, dude. Like,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
we love that
No?
movie, dude. It is so funny.
I used to watch that a lot with The Man in the Iron Mask, the one with Leonardo
Same.
DiCaprio.
I used to have.
So what does that have to do with the chocolate bar?
So these the fuck out of here.
So I have this DVD
That chocolate bar.
that's it's a 3-pack
It
and
does, dude.
it's the I know it's not the Three Musketeers. Never mind. Man in the Iron Mask. That's the Musketeer movie. I was thinking not Chris O'Donnell, but I had Leonardo DiCaprio in
Hey,
mind.
give this full Snickers, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had
a
brain
what?
fart. Brain fart.
Oh wait, what did you say? Give him a what? Yo. Hey, relax, homie. You can't give people, all right?
Oh my god.
What happened? Richie Rich is on here. Oh, the Mr. Bean movie. I remember watching that one a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that in school.
I thought that shit was so stupid, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan. It didn't. It wasn't something that.
British
clicked with it.
humor.
Rockadoodle's on here. Heavyweights.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that shit still makes me laugh. When Ben Stiller, he's like doing the whole speech in front of all the kids, and he runs down.
Nobody's clapping.
Nobody's giving a high five except for one kid at the end. But his face is just like. I will always say Heavyweights is a prequel to Dodgeball
100%.
because he plays that same guy.
Oh, dude, no one makes me bleed my own blood. Dude, like he had 100% that guy.
Dude,
that's
that shit,
funny.
That shit's fucking funny. Have you guys ever seen Now and Then?
Yeah,
I actually don't really remember this movie,
Sounds
but
familiar.
I love that movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
I hear
used to
it's
watch the
really
movie a lot.
good. I hear
used to
that
watch
it's
the movie a lot.
really good.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Or at least I liked it.
It has Christina Ricci, Rosie O'Donnell,
Rosie O'Donnell's
Thora
in it.
Birch, Melanie Griffith, damn, Demi Moore,
Demi Moore, yeah.
Rita Wilson, Devin Sawa, damn,
Yeah, dude. It's
Hank Azaria, Bonnie Hunt, Rumor Willis. Dude, this cast is pretty stacked.
dude, it's studded. Like it's a cool movie, dude.
Came out in 95.
Yeah, it's about like this group of friends. It's 4 girls.
Yeah.
And then they grow up, kind of grow apart,
Yeah.
come back together. I think, well, I can't remember exactly. Maybe somebody had passed away or somebody, you know.
They reunite.
Yeah, they reunite, and then like it just gets like mad nostalgic.
Sounds like something I probably would have hated.
Yeah, you probably hate it. I know you'll hate that movie.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Airbud's on here, Parent Trap's on here.
Everybody, now that's a story, dude.
Major Payne is on here?
You're so vegan, dude.
Major Payne is a good movie, dude.
No, I mean, it's a kids movie?
Yeah.
It's been a while. I haven't really seen it in a while.
I see. I mean, it has like
been a while.
a few adult scenes,
It's
like
been a while.
themes in it, but yeah.
Whatever thing I can't remember. Drop
Dude.
Dead Fred.
You're so good at that, dude.
Never seen it.
Have you guys ever heard of Drop Dead Fred?
Yes.
You've never seen it?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's like
Dude.
with that redheaded wacky dude.
Yeah. I don't know if this could be a kid's movie, though.
It never clicked with me, really.
No,
Dude, I
me
loved
neither.
this movie.
Yeah?
Me and my little sister will watch it all the time.
Really?
But I can't see it as a kid's movie because, like, there's a lot of sexual innuendo. There's a whole scene where he, like, goes in between some girl's legs on the floor. And he's like, no panties. And he's like, oh, cobwebs. Or he says some shit like that.
Yikes.
And he
I feel
calls,
like that
he
was
calls
like
the
a
mom a
common-
mega bitch.
I feel like that
Yikes.
was like a common thing in the 90s, though.
All right, so this one, I'll be surprised if you guys have heard of this one. And I've mentioned it before, but the only other person I've actually had a conversation about this movie with is Anthony Clifford. Not the big red dog.
Nah.
Clifford starring Martin Short, what's her name? Mary Steenburgen, Charles Grodin, Richard Kind. Ben Savage is in this movie? Oh, he is.
What is it about?
Clifford is about so you know who Martin Short is, right? The actor?
Yeah, yeah.
He plays a 10-year-old kid. who is obsessed with this theme park called Dinosaur World, and he's just like does whatever it takes to try to get his uncle to take him there, and he's like a nuisance, just a pain in the ass, and it is fucking hilarious, and he's weird as fuck.
So, so, what year is this?
This came out in '94.
94. How old is
Martin Short,
Martin Short?
he was like probably 40.
Like a fully grown man.
Yes. But he plays a 10-year-old
He's a
kid.
10-year-old. Like, does he
And then he-
look 10?
No.
No, there's nothing
Like
special.
you see like his crow's feet, and like you see him next to other kids in the movie, and
Like, he looks exactly the same because of all like the.
the only thing different is he's like he has like dress shorts, and with like it looks like a red like cardigan, with you can see his like tie. Like he's dressed like Mr. Rogers but in shorts.
Like, he goes to Catholic school and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Yikes.
That sounds hilarious, dude.
dude, this movie is ridiculous. It's so
It sounds
funny.
ridiculous.
It's so funny.
I've never heard of it though.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Larry, the scary Rex. I'm a scary dinosaur. Don't be scared of my sharp, sharp teeth or my mighty, mighty roar. And he's like, shut up. Dude, this movie's hilarious.
Really?
It's fucking funny. Ask next time you talk to Anthony, ask him.
Okay, well.
Page Master.
Oh, that was a good one. I liked that one. I really liked that movie.
And it has like all the Disney ones. Ernest. Ernest Goes to Camp.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those movies?
Those were cool. Those were
John
fun.
Cena looks like Ernest now.
He does.
And then that guy, that actor that plays Ernest.
I remember.
He does the voice of Slinky.
I remember. Did you see Orbit's post yesterday? It's funny that you say that.
No,
It was a picture of Ernest, the actor. I forgot his real name.
it's like Vern. Let me see.
But it was
Jim
like,
Varney.
like if
Jim
this
Varney.
motherfucker wasn't like saving Christmas, saving like all these things, like he would have been a sex symbol. And like I looked him up like out of character. I'm like, this guy is a good looking guy. Like I could see him being a real actor, but he was just like that character the whole time.
Jim Varney.
Yeah, like a character actor.
He did Slinky's voice too in Toy Story.
He
Really?
did, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
He passed away in what? It was the third one,
yeah.
and they just reused like a bunch of.
No, I think they got somebody else.
I thought they I thought
I think they
they
reused
they reused like
Oh, really?
old or unused.
unused like recordings or
Yeah,
something from like
because he
past
didn't
movies.
he didn't have he did not have a big part at all.
No, it was really short. They
Yeah.
kept it, and which I'm glad they kept it.
Yeah.
No,
No, I think you're right, dude. You're pretty far down the list, huh?
Yeah. I mean, there's Back to the Future's on here. Uncle
Yeah,
Buck,
that was
Karate
a-
Kid, James and the Giant Peach. I remember that
Oh,
was my
James and the
favorite.
Giant
Like
Peach.
that was my favorite Disney movie. James and the Giant Peach.
I heard the peach looked so bomb.
It did. It
Like,
looks
I always
so
wanted
good.
to eat it. Yeah.
Dude, it looks so good. I must have my dick in it. All those go to heaven. Well, what happened? All those go to heaven. Bugs Life.
Bugs Life is tight.
Five
Ernest,
Goes West.
Ernest goes. Oh, the
Five
Rugrats
Goes
movie.
West, dude.
5 Goes West, dude.
Yes.
It for the longest
lazy
time.
eye.
For the longest time, I had no idea Five Goes West was a sequel.
Yeah,
I think
like-
it's like the Rescuers Down Under. Like I always preferred the second one
100%.
over the original.
One-
Because I've
100%.
never seen an American Tale, like the original. But I've Five Goes West, dude.
That one's cool. It shows like so that one shows like how him and Tiger became friends. Yeah, yeah. It shows when they immigrated from Russia, I believe. And there are no cats in America.
Man.
That's like the main.
Dude, they say
song.
pussy in Five Goes West on me. At the
A
end.
pussy poo.
Pussy, pussy, pussy.
Pussy poo.
the cat's vegetarian too.
Dude.
Is
What?
he?
Have we
Which?
here?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He,
Tiger.
like, mentioned
Seems
something,
to
yeah.
be
Tiger.
a young pioneer.
Yeah.
Short Circuit's on here. Gremlins is on here.
Gremlins.
Stand by
Dun,
Me.
dun,
dun,
Roger
dun,
Rabbit.
dun, dun.
E.T. Ghostbusters.
E.T.
E.T. did.
man.
Ninja Turtles.
I feel like that's a given though.
Look Who's Talking. I used to watch that a lot when I was a kid. But that's not really a kid's movie.
Nah.
Yeah, it's not just because it has a baby.
I always thought that movie was kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Nah, that movie's tight, dude.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Talking
I-
baby, dude. It's hilarious.
I don't know. I remember
Baby
seeing it.
geniuses.
I remember seeing it, and I was like, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I feel like as a kid,
Hey,
it
get
just
the
doesn't
fuck out.
bother me.
Yeah.
Oh, you too?
Damn. Oh, but I completely glossed over it. The Rugrats movie.
I
Rugrats?
wasn't big on
There was a movie?
Rugrats. There was a couple.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
Two major ones. Like there's the Rugrats movie and then Rugrats
Is it
Go to
the one
Paris.
that is the movie the one where like they're trying to get like the Reptar thing?
The movie is the first movie is the one where his little brother's born, Dill.
Uh
And then like Tommy's going through the whole thing like I'm the only child. Like I don't want a brother. So it has that whole thing of like
Which is the one where they have the dance scene and everyone's
that's
dancing.
Rugrats in Paris. Dude, that shit's sad. You're laughing.
That shit's funny, dude.
So in Rugrats in Paris at the beginning, they're at this like dance and then they're like the DJ or whatever is like, oh, all right, now for the mother child dance. And Chucky doesn't have a mom. So he's like standing there all sad, watching all his friends like just dance with their moms. And then so that's the basis of the movie. He tells like he like wants a mom. And then like so his dad like meets this woman. I think they go to Japan or something.
I think so, yeah.
And he meets this woman and she
Yeah.
has like a kid. And dude, I like those movies. I've always been a big Rugrats fan.
I remember really loving the show, but I didn't remember those movies at
I
all.
always like I think it's funny how like everyone talks shit because like everyone's like well dressed. Everyone has like and Tommy's just in diapers the whole time, the whole
Yeah.
series.
Yeah, he's just in a diaper.
I saw something recently that showed like what their ages were for like the mom and the dad,
Yeah.
and they're like our age,
Yeah.
but I remember them looking like way like older, like 40.
Yeah, no, dude.
They
They're
didn't dress
alright.
as cool as us, dude. That's why.
That's why, homie. It's because they don't listen to punk, homie. That's why. Oh, the Muppets movies. You know?
Oh yeah, dude. I loved those Muppet, especially the Muppets Take Manhattan. That was my favorite one, dude. Like I mean, like a lot, like my beat tape. That one is super influenced by a lot of like the stuff that I was fucking with as a kid, movie wise. You know, like I sampled the intro song from the Muppets Take Manhattan in there. I used to watch a lot of the Disney sing along VHSs. Dude, that was my shit. What else?
Oh, this is the one I was looking for. Bushwhacked. Do you guys remember that one?
Oh, that sounds so
It's
familiar.
with Daniel Stern, the guy who plays Harry in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Where he like I think he's like a criminal or he's on the run or something, and he somehow falls into like leading this troop on like a Boy Scout type hike.
Yeah.
And so he has to show him like survival instincts or whatever, and just all like shenanigans happen. But he like is constantly just getting fucked up. Basically, what his character is in Home Alone. I think he's like an alcoholic too, or some shit.
Did you guys ever see Jungle to Jungle
Oh yeah, with Tim
Sounds
Allen.
familiar.
With Tim Allen.
with Tim Allen?
I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember shit.
It's
about
like
that movie.
he has a son, and the son is from like this, like some indigenous tribe somewhere, like I don't know, the Amazon or something.
Damn, Baby Geniuses is on here.
Oh, he's fucking dumb, dude.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
No,
No,
it's basically live action Rugrats,
gross.
but it's fucking weird because it's these kids are like super smart and they could communicate with each other, but no adult can understand them. And once they get to like a certain age,
Yeah,
then when they could start talking,
yeah,
they forget everything from previous, like from them talking.
yeah. They regress or whatever.
Yeah.
That's funny. Nah, I now I do remember what you're talking about. I remember I remember seeing it,
Movie sucks, dude.
but like it just maybe in bits and pieces.
I do remember seeing it a lot because I had it on VHS, but I just remember it sucked. What about Spy Kids? Spy
Was
Kids
there is there any movies that you guys were watching as a kid that like is your like a movie that you consider as a part of your childhood like rotation, but wasn't a kids movie?
Oh yeah, Hellraiser, Child's Play, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of horror movies.
Okay.
RoboCop,
RoboCop was one for me.
Total Recall.
Mine was RoboCop, Tombstone, Excalibur. I mean, those are Terminator.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I watched a lot as a kid. And I mean, but Hellraiser, Fire in the Sky, I remember.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
As a kid?
I was 7 years old when I saw Fire in the Sky.
Shut the fuck.
That was only because like it wasn't.
dude.
I didn't have it on VHS. My uncle had it on Laserdisc.
Oh hell yeah!
So I remember I watched Fire in the Sky, Hellraiser, and Toy Story on Laserdisc. I remember the first times I ever watched those movies was on Laserdisc.
That's how I used to watch Star Wars, Superman, and Indiana Jones was on Laserdisc. Yeah, dude. That's mad old.
Yeah. That's before DVDs.
Yep.
Like after VHS, but DVDs.
They're like big ass DVDs.
They're records, basically,
Yeah,
essentially.
I remember having like the South Park when VHSs when they first came out
Oh yeah.
back in like 97, 98. And I remember I think each VHS had two or three episodes.
Yeah.
But they had these funny little like monologues every time before the episode starts, and it was in black and white, and it was Trey and Matt like dressed as cowboys.
Dude, I like vaguely remember this.
Dude, it's like I'm trying to remember it right now, and like they would just be like talking about like, oh, this next episode is we're gonna learn about friendship and like stupid shit like that, and then like out of nowhere they have like this guy dressed up like in like as an Indian, and he just like gets in the middle of them, like someone's coming, and they just look at him like awkwardly, like okay, let's start the show, and it would always end with that Indian going, someone's coming. It was the stupidest thing, dude, but it was fucking hilarious. And then they were like, as it progressed, like through the VHSs, they would just get more annoyed by him. Like, yes, we get it. Someone's coming. Like, damn, all right, just play the goddamn show. But it was always the same thing. He would just point at his finger and be like, someone's coming. It's so fucking dumb, dude. But I remember, like, that was the thing that I was like, when I was watching those, I'm like, I shouldn't be watching this. I know I shouldn't be, but it was fucking hilarious.
I used to watch Bigger, Longer, and Uncut a lot.
Yeah, dude, me too. I remember that was
was
one
like
of my
13.
first VHS movies that I bought, like, personally.
I remember me and my little sister would be watching and just laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the time, my mom, she like was letting this older white couple like live with us, but they had like an RV. It wasn't an RV, but it was like a mobile home almost. It was really small though, but it was when we lived on Gramercy by La Sierra Park, and we had a big ass yard. So she let them park it in the front, and they just lived there. And they would come inside to like use the kitchen, use the restroom and shit. But I remember like me and my little sister were home by ourselves, and I'd put on South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And the guy comes in. His name was Wayne. He was an older white guy. I remember him coming in. He always smelled like liquor, so he was an alcoholic. But he came in and it was the part where, like right when he walked in, you just hear Stan go, "I gotta find the clitoris." And then he was like, "What the heck? What are you kids watching?" And I was just like, "Oh, South Park is funny." And he's like, "No, you guys should not be watching this kind of thing." And then like when my mom had gotten home, he told her, and he's like, "Oh, your kids were watching this filth." And then my mom, like, I remember my mom going off on him. Like, don't be worried. Don't be like worrying about what my kids are watching. Like, they could watch whatever they want. Like, that has nothing to do with you. That's none of your fucking business. You don't like it, you get the fuck out of my house. And I was just like, fuck yeah. And then she went and did a line in the kitchen. All right, we'll see everybody next time.